done it. We've made it to our destination here, 1,084 miles from home. We're here at the Volvo Museum in Gothenburg. The first thing we see as we walk from the car to the museum is another 740. So slightly unexpectedly, we're now taking a
Furious Driving, proud to be supported by Bidding Classics, the online classic car marketplace with more cars added every week. Diamond Bright, protecting, cleaning and caring for the Furious fleet and for yours with 10% off using code FD10. And Lancaster Insurance cover the Furious fleet. They are one of the biggest specialist insurers in the UK, covering all areas of vintage to modern classic cars and motorbikes. Follow the links in the description below. Gothenburg is a beautiful old city, and it'll be even better when it's finished. We explored the old town full of cool shops, cafes and bars, found a bar above our hotel with a great view of a bridge which apparently is a lifting bridge. We met trolls, found a cafe with Crown Victoria pictures and the best Italian restaurant I've ever been to. And then we managed to get a ride on a 10-ton amphibious Volvo truck called Glen, which took us for an explore of the river as well. But we were here for the Volvo Museum, so off in the car again, and out from our hotel car park past a red and white building called the Lipstick Building, which apparently one of our viewers works in and has won 2 Worst Building Awards.
Apparently, if you say another pineapple in Swedish, you actually sound, it sounds like the Muppets theme song.
Really?
Anananan. Anananan. No, 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 no. Anananan. No, no, no. Does that look closed?
It looks as Volvo Bus Experience.
Centre.
We are where we're meant to be, but this is definitely wrong. Oh, it's more down there.
It's more down there. Maybe the bus experience, it takes you round the Volvo factory.
Volvo Group University.
Museum!
Ah, there we go.
Right.
That's more like it. So we've done it. We've made it to our destination here, 1,084 miles from home. We're here at the Volvo Museum in Gothenburg. The plan was to get here yesterday afternoon and then have Saturday free to explore the city, but as we had issues with the clutch yesterday, we obviously got here Saturday morning. It opens at 11 o'clock and we're about to go and explore. Barry's in the car waving, of course, but yes, this is now the Volvo 740 back taken to its home. This whole area here is Volvo stuff. There's a bus experience centre, there's training centre, I think there's a factory over there which might be Volvo as well. So let's get inside and see the exhibits. We come here in a 740 and the first thing we see as we walk from the car to the museum is another 740.
The Volvo Museum is excellent. It's absolutely packed over 2 floors of cars from every generation of Volvo's history, going back to the very, very first cars in 1928 to virtually the present day, and including concepts, trucks, boats, earth-moving equipment. It's a great day out, but far too much for this video. So there'll be a separate one in a few days, all about the museum on its own. Now, back to the city and the journey.
Good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, and we're about to set off on an 11-hour, 700-mile journey to make sure we still have got fluid in the car. And you know what? I think we have, and there's not a puddle underneath the clutch slave. There's a small amount of oil from something else, but that's fine. There's no clutch fluid. That's also fine. So good. Well done, Veyford. You're doing well. Hopefully, everything's also good in every other respect of the car, and we can make it home. Good car. Okay, it is far too early. Not enough sleep, not enough coffee. Got a passport ready this time. Not going to be surprised at the border by the fact I need a passport on this occasion. We have got, what time is it? 7:39.
Yep.
Driving to Eindhoven for the last but one leg of the journey. 687 miles, and the sat-nav reckons 10 hours 52 without traffic or brakes. So
I hope we have brakes.
we'll get brakes. We'll be there for lunchtime, I reckon.
I meant the car has brakes.
That's weird. Have you pulled the mirror in?
No.
You push it out.
I can push it out though. Trolls.
Trolls, yeah.
Trolls.
Trolls and moose, they do all kinds of naughty stuff around here.
Matt's not seen a moose,
I haven't seen a moose,
but you know.
have seen a troll.
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying, if there's stuff in both directions and you had a non-good turning circle car,
I've seen this.
yeah, if we were stuck in second gear, we'd be struggling to get out of this car park.
We wouldn't get out of this car park unless you had a run up.
Yeah, there is that. Okay, where do you think we are now?
I'm saying right.
Yeah, right turn it is then.
In half a mile, keep left onto Hjalmar Brantingsvitten. In half a mile, at the roundabout.
It's great though, because we actually, through the entire trip, we've been struggling to get any radio.
And now we're leaving the city.
And now in the city is the only time we've actually had a really cool radio station with some classic rock.
With a good signal on it as well.
Yeah. And amazing signal. And we've not been driving really.
No.
anywhere. So,
Good. There are 2 ship hotels here. If I ever come back here again, there's Good Morning Hotels, which is an old steamship of some kind, and there's a Viking bark or something it's called. This is like a giveaway,
Yep.
like a weird 3-way giveaway thing. Yeah, it's like a sailing ship, and they're both hotels within 30 seconds walk of our actual boring real hotel.
Yep.
So if I come back here again, definitely going to stay in one of them. Yeah, Gothenburg is an interesting, quite nice city. I'll definitely come back here for a weekend away, I think.
Intermingle a bit of a city trip with a bit of
Bit of countryside.
wilderness. Yeah,
Yeah,
nature.
yeah. Oh, look at those floating docks. That's cool. Floating dry docks. They've got the big ships, or biggish.
What we discovered yesterday is that in Gothenburg, they like cranes, but they don't like getting rid of them once they're
No.
not being used for anything anymore.
They do. They are quite sentimentally nostalgic for a crane.
Yep.
So they've got these things called the Gothenburg giraffes,
Use the left lane to merge onto E45.
which are old loading cranes from many years ago, which have been bought by Volvo and then donated to the city. And we came over here. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Weirdly signposted right-hand drive. That's a weird thing. Junctions can be confusing at 7:30 in the morning.
To take exit 75D to merge onto
Most of the
E6
day, really.
towards
Well, frankly, yeah.
Then keep left to merge
Worse at
onto
this point.
This one was a bit of an awkward one because this is emerging from the left
Yeah, into the centre lane of the
into
motorway.
the centre lane of the motorway.
And that is not something I've seen many times, mostly in America actually.
I think it's supposed to go down there.
We're never going to make that junction. That was a ridiculous junction. That was literally just diagonal across 4 lanes of, well, no traffic, but 4 lanes.
Use the left lane to take exit 76A on the left to merge onto E20 towards Stockholm.
That's
Don't
fine.
take this one. It's going to get very cross.
I might just not take this on despite it.
We're going to come off on this roundabout
Use
up
the
here.
second lane from the right to take exit 76 towards
Where that
Sovås
car
and
is.
SKM.
Oh, yawn. On the yawn again.
This way.
No, this one we're on.
The one we're on.
Okay, fine. Because there's 3 roads there and it didn't say which one to take.
Well, you've gone the wrong way once already today, so
Yeah.
I think it's only fair that I get to go the wrong way.
We're only 4 minutes into the journey, am I
Roy, bodes well.
right? Yeah.
Bodes well.
Only 1,000 miles to go.
Do you get a lot of bears that like your channel by any chance?
Enormous number of bears, yeah. Very, very honey-centric advertising, I've noticed.
Yep. Yep.
Continue.
Right, first stop of the day. We are about 150 odd miles into the journey now. 2 hours, so we're doing pretty good time.
Yeah, yeah.
Proceed to the route.
Used, well, about half a tank of fuel. We're down to a quarter of a tank because we were that much.
Yep.
Oh, time for a break. We'll tighten up that fan belt because that's making a very nasty noise. There's no toilet here.
On to the next services then?
Can do, yeah, should we draw straight on?
Yeah, there's no point in stopping here.
No.
Can't actually stop here.
Okay, we're not stopping it. Goodbye services and no toilet.
Yep. It's a very...
It's interesting going across Sweden. There are hardly any big services. Just occasional little kind of pull-offs to a gas station a little away from the road, and every now and then a services. And even then,
It's not like Denmark.
no,
Where
well,
they're literally like every 2
I was
kilometres.
thinking more like, yeah, France and Germany, and yeah, the sort of continental Europe, the continent. Well, yeah, there are big services all the time. Get out here, and it's long, long stretches of nothing, and then yeah, you veer off into the countryside to find something
Swedes are rugged. They don't need them.
self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big fuel tanks.
Yep.
Yeah. Vegard to Denmark. It's Denmark this way, I think. Oh, first fill up of the day. We are now, how far are we? 234 miles, so 1,234 miles into this journey on the way home. Well, Barry fills the petrol pump and fights the self-checkout thing. I'm going to try and tighten up this fan belt, which is making a terrible noise. Luckily on this car, you can just go in there and just tighten the bracket up a tiny bit. That's better. Not squeaky anymore. Big improvement. Right, okay. Engine running again. Not making squeaky noises anymore, which is a positive thing.
Oh, that wasn't the engine, that was just me.
Oh, was it you? Oh, fair enough then. Let's get that back up.
Again.
There you go. So, we've picked up some interesting cakes, which is it's like a donut ring with a bit of cream in the middle. It's quite interesting. I don't know if it's chocolate or not. I'm saying chocolate because it's brown, but
You bought.
okay. I'll go for the randomly brown one because that's nearer the front. And you can have that one. Don't crash.
I'll try my best, it's not too.
Right. So this was kind of a chocolatey, but not very chocolatey. Oh, Denmark! Here we go. Yeah. So this is the return journey is very much a mirror of 6 kilometres. Oh, okay, or miles.
Maybe.
Well, that's till Øresund Motorvägen.
That's the one. Sea
Yeah,
car bridge.
it's the sea car bridge.
Sea car bridge.
Yeah. See, I speak Danish,
God, yeah.
like a native,
Yeah.
a native American, but not a native Copenhagener. You're close enough. Whoa, mind the wall. Whoa, we can hit the wall. You can hit that barrier. Oh, receipt button. 440 Danish kroner receipt. There we go. Wait. You may go. So not being passported this time through.
Looks that way.
Interesting.
Unless we get passported at the other end of the bridge.
Don't know, I didn't see anything to do that last time.
Seems a bit weird.
Big Magpie, hello Mr. Magpie, where's Mrs. Magpie? We don't get collared by them. Yeah, the Magpie police.
Yeah.
Well, so we go, the big bridges again. I guess I'm taking other photos of this bridge now. At least the weather is nice this time. Oh, wait a minute. I imagine there are, what with it being the sea. Oh, and here is the actual official sign saying, welcome to Denmark. Hello, Denmark. Denmark. The Daneland, the Dane law. How much is 809 Danish kroner.
That would be £95.79.
So slightly unexpectedly, we're now taking a ferry, which was not part of the plan today, as it's quite a lot more money than the bridge. We discounted this because it's more expensive and we figured slightly slower, but the phone decided it was the quickest route to take us this way, and it's about a 3-hour journey to go back to a bridge, which is a long way from here. So yes. Oh my god. We can actually use the ticket thing on by the windscreen. A little ticket holder by there.
Of course there is.
Yes. Exactly, yeah. We're in the bilge now. I think I might be there. Which one is it?
You're one of the red ones at the back.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Fixed. So although this was an unintentional stop on this ferry, it did save quite a lot of miles in terms of the actual route, and it means we get a break from driving for about 45 minutes, a lunch stop which is still moving, so it's got advantages. Actually quite nice. Yeah. It's fun to be on a ferry anyway.
It is.
Who doesn't like being on a ferry? Right, so we're about to head off the ship in another country, our third country of the day. Because don't reverse into us. Please don't back into us, yeah. We've done Sweden, Denmark, and now Germany. And that was an unexpected interlude, but an enjoyable one, because it's quite nice being on a ship, and it gave us not much longer than we would have stopped for, had we stopped for sandwich in the services, but a proper nice break. Which is good, yeah.
Yeah, and a chance to look around duty free, which
Exactly.
always slightly disappoints me.
Yes, yes. You can learn that you're better off without having to maybe spend some money. It's like a life lesson as duty free.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily assume you need stuff all the time.
No. There's only so many Toblerones you need in life.
Exactly. All right, didn't bother recording anything for a while because it was a lot of not very exciting motorway. And yeah, not much going on. We're now in Germany. The odometer reads 588 miles, and because that's rolled around, it's only a 3-figure one, we're now 1,588 miles into our journey, or 87 if you're going to be pedantic. So yeah, not far to go tonight. 187 miles, 2 3/4 hours, and we're going to be in Eindhoven. And that, so far, today, Volvo the Volvo has been very good indeed, apart from a little fan belt issue earlier. Can't complain.
In all fairness, though, the fan belt issue itself was from a few days ago. All you did was tweak it, got it all perfect.
Well, yeah, finally got around to fixing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, not bad at all. Good old Volvo, good old Volvo.
Well done.
But then this is what people think of them as famous for. They're being unbreakably tough, solid old cars, and they really are. And people scrapped them in the scrappage scheme because they thought they were no good anymore. They're not. They're brilliant old things that just plod on and on and on. Very comfortably too, has to be said.
140, almost 149,000 miles on the clock.
Yeah, I kind of thought maybe this might actually cross over to the 150,000 mile mark on the odometer during this trip. It's not quite far enough.
I don't fancy doing an extra 1,000 miles.
Just for the sake of it.
Just for the sake of it.
Well, if we just get on the Paris ring road on the way back, we just go round and round a couple of times.
Other than the fact we're not going anywhere near Paris.
Well, if we need to make 1,000 miles, we are. Oh, well, there we go. Eindhoven achieved. We're in the Netherlands. We could have made it to the Calais tonight. It's 9, well, it's 8 o'clock at night or 8:30. We could have made it for midnight to Calais, but then it's a long wait for the next ferry. So we decided to have one last relaxing stay over here. So we'll join the Volvo back again in the morning. But thankfully, it's done another good night's work. Well done, 740. So this is it, the final morning, the last stint. We are currently, waking up in Eindhoven in the Netherlands. Volvo has done spectacularly well. We've only got a short stint to the ferry now. Hang on, I'll show you what we got. It is 2 hours, 58 minutes, 179 miles back to the ferry. Then we're back in Blighty and on the way home for the final, well, it doesn't even count at that point anymore, does it? I mean, if we can push the car home from then. The Volvo, apart from a couple of very tiny niggles, has been amazing over the last 1,500 miles. Hoping it'll start this morning, I'm sure that'll be fine. But yeah, we'll get on the road in a moment, try and hit the ferry before lunchtime. All right, having a disagreement about which phone to use for navigation because Apple Maps says 2 hours 58, Google Maps says 3 hours 13, so I think we should take Apple Maps.
Yeah, but Apple Maps is wrong, and it's also an Apple. So
You're just weirdly biased against good computers.
no, I'm just weirdly biased against Apple.
He says with his 17-year-old Google, that doesn't. Oh, it does trigger it. Okay.
Yeah. This is a OnePlus. That's what that is.
You can go either way. That's just
I
the
know.
long way around.
I just
Just
thought,
go straight through the hedge.
Well, yeah. You told me this car was rugged.
Yes. Let's not test it quite so close to the ferry port.
Oh,
I think you actually have to turn.
you have to go round and back on yourself.
No, do a right. Oh wait a minute. What the hell? Yeah, do a right because all the traffic goes back round.
Oh, George.
So this is the trickiest thing.
hell?
Yeah, do it right here because I looked at this last night. I was trying to park the car. Yeah, this takes us back past the entrance, and we've got these massive speed bumps
So why don't they have a sign saying exit?
because that would be too easy. It's for the same reason that Hotels.com didn't include breakfast. This is a bone to pick with Hotels.com. I'm going to tweet at you today when I'm on the ferry. DFTS, fantastic. Volvo, fantastic. Every other hotel, or all the hotels, really good. Hotels.com, who we've booked a lot of this through, they screwed up twice on this trip. First of all, in Gothenburg, we had booked hotel including parking. Got there, parking not included. You had to pay £60 in order to park for 2 days. And because the hotel was booked and we were just in the city, there's nothing we can do. We have a barrel at that point. Secondly, this hotel here, the Van der Valk in Eindhoven, they said, well, that was booked as including breakfast. Got here, and once again, over a barrel, breakfast apparently not included. Yeah, so Hotels.com managed to mess us up out of, well, basically an extra £100 because it was £18 for breakfast. We could have driven off and found breakfast on the route, but it's very early and we're very hungry and we haven't got time built into the timetable to go and chase food. So we just had to pay up
And when we spoke to reception, they said that anything like McDonald's or anything else was 10-minute drive away.
in the wrong direction. So yeah, there's basically £100 on this trip of unexpected expenses thanks to Hotels.com messing up. So expect an email in your inbox and an angry tweet later on, Hotels.com.
And instead, start calling you Hotels.com.
Terrible dad joke to end what is hopefully our last fuel fill up of this journey. There's been quite a lot of petrol in this car. We think 21 mpg on this journey, which is it's not great to be fair. And what are we up to, about 1,600 miles now?
We are up to 1780 and 63.
Okay, over 1,700 miles at 21 miles per gallon. That's not good. Barry, drive slowly for your last section of this because it has to be the last fill up because that was 73 more pounds for three-quarters of a tank. Yeah,
That's
quite a lot of money. Yeah, that stings. Yeah, I'm amazed that went through on bank card, to be honest. An interesting thought as I was sort of watching them put up that new charging station over there.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact how it's always interesting to sort of see how similar things are done so very differently, but almost the same in different parts of the world. Always fascinating and fun. I was thinking about, because that's an EV charging station, could we have done this in an EV? And how much would the differences have been? I don't know, it would have cost us a lot less with motorway charging because we've been doing endless motorway charges.
Yeah, but I think we would have got less, actually probably the same amount of miles between fill-ups.
Yeah, but then the fill-ups in this car
Take less time.
we're off the road 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We'd have been off the road for like an hour or so to get enough miles frequently.
Yeah.
They've mostly been working here more than they do in the UK, which is good. However, the cost of charging at motorway is similar to motorway petrol, in that they gouge you horrifically on the cost of the volts. And you've got an ID3, so how far does that get you?
It's a damn good question. I mean, on a good day, when it's warm, I'll get about 230 mile range on that.
So quick calculating time, it's an 82 kilowatt battery it turns out, and you're getting 230 miles on a good day.
Good
So
day, in a warm day.
2.8 miles per kilowatt hour, 67p per 2.3 miles, 2.8 miles. So, okay, after several minutes of frantic and quite bad maths,
Very bad maths.
yeah, everyone's too tired and Yeah, not really focusing on it. It's 2.8 miles for 1 kilowatt hour in the VW ID3. Yesterday we did 690 miles, which would mean at £55 per fill up, if we're only using motorway miles, it would have cost us about £190 in electricity, which is actually more, I think, than we spent on petrol.
Yes.
Plus, it would have cost us an extra, well, 3 fill-ups, so 45 minutes per 80% fill-up. Yeah, so we wouldn't have made it to the hotel. And couple that with a couple of other long days of driving, this road trip would have taken about a day longer to do the journey we've done, and wouldn't have been any cheaper. This is an interesting thing, because Barry is an electric adopter. He's got a petrol car which is being sold soon, and he's got an electric car. So for Barry's everyday driving, this is fine because he's never used an away-from-home charger. I've had electric cars. I've used an electric charger away from home every single time I've driven one, and it's basically meant that I've left it at home and taken an ice car every time. But this isn't what this road trip's about, though. This is just an aside of noticing that in Europe they are adopting windmills and solar a lot faster than we are in the UK. Ironically, if you drive past a Shell petrol tanker.
No, it's full of electric energy.
Oh, is it full of electricity? Yeah. It's full of volts. It's driven from that windmill over there, filled up with volts, and now it's taking it to a charging station.
What you don't realise is that he's actually got a little wind turbine in his front grille.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
It's powering
generating power.
Actually,
That's a genius idea.
Yeah, because that's really clever, isn't it? Have you done 2 countries before 9 o'clock in the morning? We have.
We have.
The phone's just dinged. We're in Belgium. We've left the Netherlands. Keep us a little bit down. We need to not buy them any more petrol.
We did 4 countries yesterday.
Yeah, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, the Netherlands. Yeah, today, Netherlands, Belgium, going to hit France, and then finally Blighty before too long. Berlin in time for crumpets and tea.
Berlin?
Oh, hang on, I need to take that exit over there. We're in France. Just saw Département du Nord, and the sign saying France, which means we're in France. So yeah, 3 countries today.
Yay.
Which is exciting, and the mileometer on the car is 926, which means we've done 1,926 miles and 7 countries in under 5 days, 4.5 days.
Yep.
That's,
we are doing pretty well, I think.
Yeah, not a bad total, really.
No, when you consider we did 2,300 miles doing Route 66 from Chicago to LA.
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty good going, actually. Yeah, not far now. 40 kilometres, which is almost nothing.
55 kilometres.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 40 minutes, 55 kilometres. So about 30 miles. I'm not even going to say anything about how good the car's going or not, because let's not jinx it at this point. No, zip.
Lock that away. Throw away the key.
Yep, saying nothing. Intermodal terminal. Bienvenue! We are literally here. Welcome to the port.
Bye.
DFGS middle lane. There we go. Duftus. Wow, well done, car. That is 1,960 miles. Only a couple of very small problems in a 35-year-old Volvo. Well done, car. Done good.
No, absolutely. Brilliant. Well done.
Fabulous. So this is it, Calais. The Volvo has succeeded. It's driven all the way to its homeland, its place of birth, back in Gothenburg from England, and now in a few minutes we'll be getting onto the ferry, which is waiting for us over there, DFDS Premier Lounge, with tea and biscuits is waiting, a slice of civility and luxury. Volvo, Veyford, has done absolutely brilliantly. So thanks Barry for being a great co-driver. Thanks to Adam for rescuing us outside Gothenburg, and thanks Volvo for not breaking down. This thing is so comfortable. It is, however, very thirsty. 21 miles to the gallon is a lot of petrol to have done over 1,900 miles. Yeah, so the Volvo though is brilliant. But thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, you know the business. Head over to furiousdriving.co.uk for t-shirts, all I'm wearing underneath this jumper right now, and hats like this, and that kind of stuff. And we'll see you again soon. Probably fixing a Volvo when I realise what's broken after this drive.